Okay, so the idea of this record is to understand the whole process of getting a loan, to financing it as a private investor better. Yeah, so to understand the business better, to see where we are investing our money. Yeah, and from that perspective, I would like to ask you first, what is the approach of the borrower to get a loan? So how does it start?
Okay. Hi everyone. So this will be educational video to show how to get a loan in Wando, Spain. So the procedure or the behavior of our clients is typically to go to Google
website, okay.
To search for Prestamo Rapido, so a fast online loan. And if we ignore the sponsored websites and we look on the top results of organic, we see that the Wando is the top 4 choice in Spain. So we have very good ratings and for our website in Spain. Going to Wando website, this is how it looks. And I will do a product demonstration on the how it looks from the mobile device, because more than 90% of our clients are using their mobile devices to apply for the loan in Wando, Spain.
Yeah, it's probably worth mentioning that we also have some partners who are helping us with the marketing. Basically, they are promoting us, and that's also the way how customer can search for when searching for a loan. There are several websites of our partners, affiliate marketing partners who promotes us, and that's also the way how customer comes to our website. Loan is available, or application is available only for Spanish citizens or people with a residence permit.
Yeah.
So probably if you try or I try, we don't have personal ID that documents that they have in Spain, so that's not going to be possible even. And you have to be local, because we are a registered company here and we have the rights to give out loans to local people. Of course, we could do also for the foreigners living here, but that's not something we do. That could be allowed, but that's not something we do, because we somehow need to get back that money, and we never know when the guy from I don't know where comes here and when he leaves, so and how do we find him? So we focus on citizens and people with a residence permit.
Okay. So this is the first fold, what our clients see on their mobile device. Here they can choose the amount and the term till 30 days, and click on solicitar préstamo, what means to apply for the loan.
Yeah, straight away they can see also the cost of the loan. So if you take 300, in the end you need to pay the amount that's on the screen. So basically they know the rules of the game from the beginning. There's no hidden costs or anything. Also, the first loan limit is not that high, meaning that if new customer comes to our website, we don't give 1,000 euros straight away. So he can start with a relatively small amount. When we see if he pays back on time and his behavior, we do increase the credit limit, but it happens in time with taking more and more loans. So.
And this link below, this is the EU standard terms. So this is a legal requirement before starting the loan application. By clicking here, basically will open all the terms and conditions of this loan.
Yeah, for me to understand it, yesterday we have been talking that the first loan is for free.
Yes, but for the product demonstration, this is created with our IT team created this demonstration video, and for investors and for you to see, we added also the interest, because then you would see how it looks with an interest. In real life, the first loan would be with a 0 commission. Just for this demonstration video.
If you can go back on the website and show how it looks.
Yep. So this is how it would look.
Yeah.
See. And then it's really like 300. Yeah.
Yes. And if you would click here, then this would open the EU standard terms document, basically showing the preconditions of the loan. Sorry, before application. That the principal is 300 euros and there is 0 interest and no hidden costs for for the product with the calculations and everything.
Okay, and if we press the red button here, what would be the next page? I know we will see it. Then you would have to continue, but it's difficult for us now to demonstrate it like that in the video, so because we don't have like the data to fill it in here. So
yes,
show the video.
And the video was created because of avoiding entering any personal data, so it was already created so that we would
not be showing personal data of
someone. Yeah, and we can avoid like doing a fake reply right now, which will confuse maybe the office. Yeah.
But actually, what we do, we can describe in short. When customer applies, he has to put his personal details, also phone number. When he puts the phone number, we are sending SMS codes, so we check the phone number actually exists. Ah, you have it there.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Then.
Okay, then let's see.
So this is the first step. So we ask to create an account. It enters email and password. And here it's the consents. So basically we ask the client to give us a consent that they agree to our privacy policy, terms and conditions, and enter their mobile phone number. After mobile number is here, you can see it's being entered. Then the phone number is being verified and the code is sent to verify that this client has this phone number at hand. In step 2, we ask for client name, last name, and the second last name, what is typically in Spanish, date of birth, the Spanish identification number, the NIE, or if you are a resident with NIE, and alternative phone number to add it there.
Sorry, what is the alternative phone number?
Alternative phone number.
You already had one on the first page, huh?
The primary phone number is being verified, so that's your mobile phone number. Alternative phone number, it's not a mandatory field.
You can do it, but
you can also skip
it.
Yes.
And it has to be a Spanish phone number, or
a Spanish phone number. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, alternative phone number. Most of the customers, they will enter it because they don't know that it's optional, and that gives us a chance to have more contact information in case if customer don't repay on time. We have more phone numbers to call to remind about repayment. So.
I see.
Yes. So then it goes into additional information. Starting with nationality, so Spanish, or then client can choose any nationality they are. Marital status, so if it's single, married, divorced, or other. Their educational levels, primary is primary school, secondary school, enseñanza superior, that's university or other. Type of activity, meaning is it a worker, funcionario, it's a government worker, pensioner, student, or if autonomo is self-employed, and if, for example, could be that also client is unemployed, right? Then also needs to enter their monthly income level and the address of where he or she is living. With an address, there are two options: either to use the autofill option. I think you have tried in some websites where you type and it automatically gives you an auto completion and makes your address fields completion much faster, or you can go manual mode. And then it will go something like this, that you have to enter every field: the street, the number of the street, the apartment number, the stairs number, city, province, postal code, and this is how the manual address entering is done. Why it's for us very, very important, this field, because as Iveta said, the contactability of clients in Spain or the debtors in Spain is difficult. So the address needs to be as clear as possible for any kind of notifications, and if the portfolio later is sold, for the portfolio buyers to send any kind of written notifications, we need to have a crystal clear address.
Basically, we ask a lot of information that can help us later in the debt collection process in case it happens. Also, all this data is a part of identification, because one thing is what customer is filling in, but when he fills in the application, we automatically check him in many databases, and from some of them we receive his address. We can compare if he have shown us the same address or not. We can compare a lot of data from what he have entered and what we actually are getting about him. So it's also a part of identification process to make sure that he's not trying to give us a fake data or something.
During this onboarding process, in every step, actually, client can go and change the amount and term. So if client decides that he wants to take a lower amount or different terms, so he can edit his requirements on the go. So then after the personal data has been entered, the next step is going into the identification through online bank. This is a typical identification process done in Spain. So I guess in other European countries like Latvia, Austria, this is very common that you are authorizing through your internet bank. So in this way, we understand that the person who is applying with response from the bank, that we see and cross-check that the Juan, for example, who is applying with this last name, with his ID number, is the same Juan who is being registered his bank account, for example, in Banco Sabadell. So we can see that this person is the same person because bank has done the personal and IML identification of the person, and we can cross-check the personal data. So it's a very strong identification process, and it's very fast. We're basically choosing your bank, you authorize, and the next step in the process, we ask to confirm which bank account will the client be choosing to receive a loan from Wandu's side. Typically in Spain, people have many bank accounts, many shared bank accounts with their spouses, parents, brothers, etc.
Oh.
So this is Spanish specific. A lot of shared accounts. So what the choice they have is that to choose a bank account where they are the owner or they are the co-owner of the bank account per se. So after they have authorized via online bank and chosen the bank account to where they want to receive money, we go to the next step, and it's I'll go back a second.
So probably again worth mentioning, if you have access to the bank account, wherever it is, code calculator or something, bank have checked your identity, and this is what we are using to identify the customer, because you have to someone have already identified you, and this is the way. Also, one more thing, when we identify the customer and he chooses the bank account, we do collect the data from that bank account, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we see all the history, customer transactions, how he spends the money, what kind of income he has. On the background, we have a scoring engine which is using machine learning algorithms, and it's basically taking the whole information, including bank statement, categorizes your spendings. Let's say we know how much he spends for transportation, for restaurants, for everything. So we are capable to analyze the way he spends the money, and we see the incomes, and we can compare with the ones that he showed before on the application page. Basically, we are cross-checking all the time everything, if the information he have given is actually valid, and there's a lot of cross-checks between many databases in the process. And if he fails somewhere there, then system probably, whether it's just gonna reject him, and that happens automatically as well, or it could go also to manual approval. So we could call the customer and ask the questions to understand if it's like if it sounds reasonable, like fair mistake somewhere, or like not really. So some part of the applications are going to manual process, and agent, they already see the reason why our system thought that it's worth talking to the customer. Some cross-check didn't match, some
You know, for example, a very good comment, because actually when pressing the button, choosing the bank account, then it's the moment when scoring is run.
Yeah.
That's because client has entered his personal data, he has verified through internet bank, we have received the report from internet bank about the person, the extracts, and this is all in for, and also we have consulted the negative bureaus in Spain, like Equifax. So with all that data is being fed into the black box for our risk team. It's not black box, for our team it was black box, to the decision engine scoring, which at the end is,
Sorry, may I just ask, these bank accounts, they come automatically. So they use like to verify with the bank account, and then it shows the accounts they have on this bank.
So for example, you have verified with your bank and you have 3 bank accounts. So here it shows which one would you choose to receive money. So it's not like the client is typing in or copying some bank account number out of the blue. This is really from the bank the client has been verifying through. These are his bank accounts, and
from that he can
choose one.
Because you might also have different bank accounts at different banks, but they are obviously not shown.
No,
just the one you verify.
The bank you are verifying.
Yeah, but again, if a customer will choose the bank account where there's no data, we probably will reject him, because if there will not be enough information from other sources, because in this moment everything happens already in the background. We have his personal ID, identification number and everything. We're starting to check, we have a lot of integrations with the data providers. We are starting to check his credit history, we're getting a lot of data. So sometimes if there's no transactions in bank account, it could be enough for us, the other data, but sometimes if there's an empty account, he might get rejected automatically, and that's it. So it really depends on that. So
yes, I mean there are different applicants, so to say. There are a lot of Spaniards have more than one bank, and of course it could be that one bank is for your salaries, your mortgages, for more your important stuff, and then you have second bank for other things, maybe I don't know. And of course, as and people like to play bingo and many other things in Spain, maybe they use that for other. Some of them, not all, some. And for example, in this case, if a client is choosing to authorize via bank, which is not demonstrating income of salary, mortgages and the important stuff, but only showing, let's say, other, then it influences the scoring decision on the application. So therefore, we are encouraging our clients to authorize with a salary account, so we would see and we can prove that this is the level of the salary, cross-check it with self-declared salary data. Also what I want to comment that, so in each and every step of application process, if something does not go well, or client does not know what to enter, or maybe there is elderly applicant who is having issues with what data to enter or how it works, then customer service, the task is generated for customer service, that we see that this application has stuck, and we call these clients and see can we help in any way to.
So customer doesn't even have to call us. The system checks that something is wrong, most likely, or the process takes much time, or customer gets some errors in the middle. And system automatically checks that, generates the task for a customer service specialist. He checks what's the problem, calls the customer, explains what to do, and
because somehow this step of internet bank verification, this is one of those steps which is a bit tricky, because you need to verify through your bank. Every bank is different. Some banks, majority of banks now in Spain, they ask for 2-factor authentication. So meaning if you want to verify with your bank, you need to, in some cases, receive PIN code, enter a code. In some cases, you need to click something in the internet bank. In some cases, you need to again log in your internet bank to accept and then continue in our process. So this is a complicated step, and this is generating quite a lot of work for customer service to jump in and say, hey, how can I help you? What happened? And some customers, they don't know what went wrong, and they didn't have the code, or
it stops at this point sometimes.
It stops, and we try to help sort it out.
From our side, we probably already have paid for the marketing when customer came to us. So we do everything not to lose him in the process.
Yes.
So if we see he's stuck, we react, we help. So just to keep it, keep him going. Plus, basically.
Yes, we have paid for marketing, and everything from this moment on, it's pure. The better us as a business convert these applications into loans, then the cheaper cost per loan CPS in the marketing, and the more loans we can issue. So it's really performance monitoring of customer service team to be good. Okay, so once this step is done, the scoring has done the job, and then the offer is presented to the customer. So in this case, scoring decision was to offer a loan. So this is an offer step, and the offer is of 200 euros. So on this demonstration, the original loan application was for 300 euros. The scoring has done the analysis and is offering 200 euros, and the red button is meaning estoy de acuerdo, and I agree to the new offer. Okay.
Yeah. So customer might get offered lower amount, not only approved or rejected, but during the analysis we might, system might decide to offer lower amount according to his income, spendings and stuff like that. So, and if we talk about the scoring, it is automated, as much automated as possible, so we could increase the volumes, and we keep on working on that, and we have a whole team of data scientists, risk analytics, all the people in Riga office who are actually, of course, we do rely on scoring because it have worked for many years and it improves, but still we are checking. We have a lot of monitoring systems. We're checking what's going on in there, if decisions are correct, if or not, how to improve, how to automate more. So one good thing is that the longer we are on the market, the more data our scoring have collected, the better is decision, because how precisely scoring can make a decision now in Spain or Poland, it's like amazingly precise, because there's a lot of history and scoring is learning from the data. So the longer we are, the better we can perform. That's the trick.
Yeah. Yes. So let's say in this demonstration, the client is agreeing to the new terms, and we go into the next step, which is that we are asking our clients to submit their ID documents. So depending on the client's nationality, there is different. This step is changing. So for the Spaniard, this would be to upload their DNI, and for European Union citizen, it would be to upload their green card, which we know by NIE, and the passport. So depending on nationality, this step is adapting, and there is description in what format they need to upload this document. So it starts with upload your documents front side, and then upload your document back side. So it needs to be both.
But meanwhile, the NIE is just a paper, it's no more.
Yes, but let's say in European citizen side, we would ask to upload the green card, which is not an official ID document without the passport, but we need that. We need both. You cannot verify by the photo, but passport is an official document and accompanied with a green card. This is what your residency in Spain is proven, and this is enough for our.
So and this is one step. If you noticed, it's in the end of the process. So we don't put it in the beginning. We first gave customer decision. We are giving you a loan, and now we motivate him to do the extra step because it's kind of complicated step. Plus, from our perspective, we don't do that in the beginning as well because it does create us additional work. So, and if we reject the customer, there's no point to ask for documents. Not for him, not for us. So this step intentionally is in the end of the process. So first of all, customer knows that he will get the money, and it also required to start legal proceedings against the customer if he is not paying back. For example, to go to the court or whatever you need to do, you mandatory have to have those documents. So that's the step that you cannot skip.
Just two questions about that. First of all, why is the button red? I would do it green. It would feel, I think, more.
Yeah, but we have tested. By the way, you are right.
Yes, you tested it, but just for me, I would if I would program it, I would make it green.
Yes, but there's a difference. We, not you, not me, we are not the target audience.
Okay.
And what we usually do, we have few versions of design, and we do the A/B testing. We change a lot, and we see what works better.
Okay.
So and we constantly checking how it goes. And if we see that we do some change in the process and it works better, we change it again. So obviously in this case it worked better, yes.
But and then the next point, no, what I wanted to point out about the NIA is that it used to be a card, but it's no more a card, it's just a paper.
It's a paper. It's a paper. The green card is paper. But let's say in European citizen side, so you upload the paper plus passport.
Because there is no backside. This is what I wanted to mention. So you have to change it, but no, it is.
No,
it is adapted. Okay. Yeah.
It is the way. If you select your, let's say from Latvia, then it will ask you green card and the passport.
Okay. Good. It's correct.
Yes. So what I wanted to say here is that so we have the client's data, which he introduced in the first two steps. His name, last name, his date of birth, the ID number. Then there is data from the bank, name, last name, date of birth, ID number. And then there is a document, a physical document. And what we do is basically system cross-checks that all these main data is matching. And if something does not match, for example, client made a mistake entering his date of birth by some number. But from the bank we received the correct or the different data. Then it's cross-checked with an ID document. So sometimes it happens that you make an error or you make a typo or something can happen. But by having three proofs, three sources of data, then it can be verified. But this is manual process. So if any of these mismatches happen, this is a manual warning, and this application goes to the customer service team. Yes, and then they see, okay, what is the warning? Date of birth doesn't match, or ID document one letter doesn't match. So then they are looking and seeing if that's possible fraud or it's a typo. So to eliminate any kind of.
So basically, in every step we have cross-checks of everything, and if something is strange, it goes to manual because it does require the person to see. If it's a typo, it's easy. You call the customer, you explain, or like.
Yes.
We have to point out that I mean everyone is using mobile device. Not everyone is buying a new iPhone every year, so it could be that your software, your device, the format of your ID document, varies, and maybe you cannot upload. So it's also, if there is an issue, uploading is not happening or it doesn't go as smooth, and then again the task is created for our customer service department. They make a phone call. What was the problem? I could not upload, but what device are you using? I'm using Huawei from 2004. The stuff can happen, so we then ask, okay, so maybe you can send us by the email, and then we help you upload it. We provide any kind of assistance they might need in this.
But initially everything can be done just from the phone.
Yes,
could be done. They could apply for it on the computer, but they can also do it on the
yes,
phone.
Of course, there is a small percentage of clients who still would use the desktop for that. And of course, depending on software upgraded, you might experience
Yeah, but
Or
for
might
most
not.
part of the
Most do it
customers
on the
who are
mobile.
used to use devices, it's a few minutes job. It just
Yeah.
looks
Yes.
long when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
talk.
because we are
like
talking
it's-
about it that long,
yeah,
it's
but
just
in
a-
general, it's just
yeah.
like 5 minutes and you're
Yeah.
done with it. So,
Sure.
Yeah,
and
because
in most
they-
cases without any problems. So.
Yeah, because this video was done like in 2.5 minutes. So it's
Yes, yes.
if you are up to date with your device and the data what might be needed, it's very very quick. So the documents are uploaded, and this is the moment when the loan is approved. And now, so loan is approved, and in our system shows that loan is in draft. Loan application is in draft, and this application is being automatically passed to Payout. And once Payout is done, loan status turns active, and by the integration, the loan is sent to Swapper. So in a matter of 5 or 10 minutes, the loan is placed on Swapper. I guess investors who have auto invest option on,
Yeah.
you don't see or hear that there is, oh, this one loan has appeared, but it's automatically feeded into the pool and it
So
goes.
it really goes in real time.
Yes.
Everything, that's amazing, huh?
Of course.
Because I know so many platforms and it's sent by an Excel.
No.
I double checked. I double checked this morning. What they told me is that
No.
by the maximum deviation, 5 to 10 minutes could be maximum.
Okay.
No.
And the payout is like immediately because you use this immediate transfer.
We have
Yeah.
integration with a payment provider, and what they do basically, if customer has bank account in, let's say, Santander Bank, they're using the same bank to make a payout. So it's like payment within one bank. So how much time it takes? It's like few seconds. And since it's the integration, we got update from the bank and confirmation that it's paid out. As soon as it is, the system also automatically sends us to Swapper, and same goes also for payments, because when we receive a payment from the customer, we receive it in the system. System proceeds the payment automatically, because we can identify the customer, we know to which loan the repayment goes, it's like done, and the payment is received, and it also sends the information to Swapper, meaning that, okay, loan is repaid, now the investor gets the interest or it's extended. So when customer pays the extension fee, then system again sends to the Swapper automatically the update that the loan is extended for 1 more month.
Okay, so some questions that occurred right now. First of all, it can be extended, then we on Swapper receive for that moment nothing.
No, if loan is extended, you receive, so let's say customer has a payment date 1st of January.
Yes.
He pays extension fee, which is 25% per month, right? 25? Yes, we did a lot of interest rates. So he pays 25% per month. He extends the term for 30 days, so the repayment date moves for 1 month forward. What investor has, investor still receives interest for the whole period. If customer will extend 8 times, investor will receive.
Sure. So the 16% for the whole time,
Yes.
of course, yes. But is there an intermediate payment, like when it's extended, I receive like the interest for the last 4 weeks, or do I receive everything at the end? This was my
I
question.
think you receive it immediately, but I have to check. I think
Maybe
because
we can check this, but interesting.
we made a lot of changes. I think you receive interest is paid straight away, but principal freezes. But I need to check.
It would be interesting just for the cash flow,
Yeah.
because if somebody extends like for 6 times, you would receive after 6 months the first cash flow. Also, it's the same amount, of course. It's 16%, but the difference is, will I have it like every 4 weeks the interest repayment, or will I have it at the end?
No. I'm sure that you will have it every month, but I will check while you are talking.
How many times can they extend it?
8.
8. And will it be also
8
this
months.
8 months.
So
8 months.
it could also be 8 months on Swapper for the investor,
Yes.
or you buy it back after.
No, if
the
customer is
extension.
not late, because extension is a normal business as usual. It's not delay. It's even a good way how to how a customer
Keep it running.
can
Yeah.
keep it running and he's not becoming a debtor. So
Yeah, the
it's
investor has 16% and
it
everything's
just
running.
get extended.
Yeah.
From the other hand, customer also can extend for 7 days, for 14 days.
Yes.
So it can happen also for the shorter term, but together not 8 times, but 8 months. So he can extend by 7 days many times during the 8 months.
Here is the screen. What customer sees that you can select the extension option. So for how many days? So 7, 14, 21, or 30, and you can make a payment to extend the term.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Maybe one more question that appeared is you post the whole amount of the loan on the platform swapper, or is there skin in the game that one keeps from each loan?
We post it all. That's how it have been always. We post it all without any limitations. And as concerns Spain, at this moment we currently post all of the loans we issue here. So at some point we will not be increasing because we don't want to be, like as I explained, we don't want to be so dependent on the platform. So
Yes.
we are trying to limit. But if we talk about the Spain, at this moment all the loans that are issued here have been posted in Swapper platform.
And of course, not all are
100%.
financed by investors. So some, not the whole amount will be financed there. So
Yes,
you still have the money in some of the loans because there
of course.
will not always be a match. This is what I mean, between the investor and the platform.
Of course, plus if customer gets late loan from investor perspective, buyback works, but we still have this customer in portfolio.
And you still have it in the money.
We still have it in portfolio. We might get agreement to extend the loan. He might there's a lot of things going on when the loan is not on the platform anymore. So there is a big part of the portfolio that is not there, of course.
So you buy it back after how many days was it at Swapper?
I think it was 60.
60 days.
Yes,
so
for
2 months you
consumer
wait
loan.
and then.
Yes, but that's like 60 days is the period when we get back most part of the debtors to pay back.
Yeah.
That's the most active period when we do internal debt collection, and the most part of debtors do pay within those 60 days. But of course, part of them don't.
Okay, good. Yeah, interesting. I think I got it. I understand the process, how it works for the borrower, but also for us retail investors. So 60 days, and then we get, of course, the interest for the whole time frame. From
Yes,
like the
of
30
course.
days initially,
Of
and then
course,
maybe
of
60
course.
days late, and then it's like 90 days, it's 60% for the whole time the same.
Of course.
Yeah.
Even if customer is late for 60 days and investor's money is frozen for that period, investor still is getting interest, the same interest as for a regular loan. So from the investor's perspective, you should not care if it's late, extended, or so on. Meaning that if you don't need that money like straight away, then you still are like money is working. You're still earning the same.
Yeah. It's just a matter of planning and cash flow
Yes.
for the investor. Yeah.
Yes.
So from the cash flow perspective, the worst thing could be that it's like 8 months. Like the initial amount, the principal is 8 months at the Swapper platform, and then it will definitely. Well, then it could be 2 more months for the buyback.
Yes.
So it could be 10 months in total.
Yes, it could be. Yes.
But you get, meanwhile you get the interest, but not the principal.
Yes, correct.
So this is like
Correct.
the longest term that could be, which is really good at the end, because if you, for example, invested on like other loans, it might be 24 months or something, even more, or other assets or whatever. Yeah, so it's not that long. It's just like good to know it, to understand it.
Plus, there's always a way, meaning that if you need your money back as an investor now, there's an option to sell loans on
On the
Swapper.
secondary
There's a
market.
secondary market. There is no discount for them. So the amount that you have in your loan, for the same amount you sell them. And we never have had situation during the years that nobody buys it. It's usually like bought in a minute. So if you need to take out your money, it's also it's something that you can do.
Yeah, there's liquidity. Okay. Okay, so now we can continue with some update because you got an answer from the team in the background, from the the back office, I would call it, yeah.
Well, actually, I contacted
regarding the interest payments in case of an extension of the loan.
I actually contacted guys from Swapper because they know the details best. So the thing is, if borrower extends a loan and pays the fee, and the term is extended, from investor perspective, for the whole period when loan is extended, we calculate, Swapper calculates interest rate, usually interest rate, so like it would be a new loan, but the payment of interest happens in the moment when customer pays back a loan, or if he gets like together with principal. For the whole period when he is extended, interest is calculated for the investor, but payment happens in the end when borrower actually repays the loan. And in case if the borrower is not repaying the loan and buyback happens after 60 days, during that period also interest is calculated. And if buyback happens, then in that moment, investor gets the whole money he invested together with the principal for the whole period that the money was there.
This is also very educational for me to understand the investment better. I think this is also a reason why it's so good to exchange about these topics and issues, because you learn and you do research, and now I know this better. But we have been talking about extensions have been an option for at the end 8 times.
Yes. Well, and 8 months.
So
it can be more months within more times, but within 8 months.
But the whole period, including the first month, can be 8 months, or is it
no,
1 month?
To 1 month.
8.
Yes.
So it will be 9.
Yes.
Plus, in case from the investor's perspective, maybe then delayed repayment. So it might be at the end in maximum 60 more days. So it could be in total 11 months to correct it now, because before I calculated 10. Yeah? So it would be 1 plus 8 plus 2, 11.
Yes, but now we are actually, it's like a bit utopic, meaning that we're now talking about most likely like 100 customers from many thousands, because those cases are really rare, because if customer uses extension, he does that for 1 month or 2, then he pays back. Most part of the customers are not using extension at all, so the case when he will be actually using extension for 8 months, we do have such customers, but there's not a lot of them.
Yes, I can agree on that, and my experience is that with my amount invested, I have like a daily cash flow.
Now it could slightly change because
it's business loans.
Because it's business loans, and that's something that everyone, all the investors could notice the less activity there, because when it's consumer loan, borrower can extend it, he can repay it earlier, sooner.
And after a certain time it is like mixed completely, because you have so many loans.
And you all the time see the activity there. Now there's less activity because those are the business loans. They are for the same term, like 30 days. But they were issued, transferred, and then after 30 days repayment happens, and those are the bigger portions. Those are not those small consumer loans. So from Spain we still are offering consumer loans. From Poland not anymore, but business loans are something different. So there will be less activity in your investor account than usual. That's something you might notice.
Yeah, it's also good to talk about this, maybe that we understand that and we are aware of that. So yeah, just like to understand and be aware of it, it could be almost like 11 months, the maximum period, but regularly it will be, of course, shorter.
Those are really exception cases.
Yeah, it's very rare. Okay, great. So thank you for all the information. And meanwhile, Edward's left. He's already busy again. But we have now the information from the back office and could also answer this correct. Thank you very much for your efforts, and thank you for watching. And as always, looking forward to further exchange. Bye bye.
Bye.